And without further ado, I'm moving to our next company, Coinrule. They're having great traction, and full disclosure from my side, I am also a customer of Coinrule. So please, Oleg, pleasure having you. Take it away.
Thanks, Ram. You guys can see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thanks also to Accelerator Frankfurt for this opportunity. So making money can be fun. If you're a millennial investor today, chances are you're buying Bitcoin and Ethereum and other cryptocurrencies because it's fun and the market moves fast, so you can actually make some money. For our millennial investors, it feels almost like a computer game that they are familiar with. But after a bit of buying and selling, the millennial investors realize something that a lot of traditional traders have long discovered. Today's financial markets are mostly moved by bots, by high-frequency trading firms and hedge funds. So a millennial investor finds themselves left with no time to compete, not the right skill level, and also not the risk appetite to be able to fight against these hedge funds. They're left without a weapon. Coinrule is the weapon that will let the retail millennial investors fight back against these professionals. We allow our users to build automated trading strategies. So if the price of Bitcoin goes up 5% and the volume increases 3%, buy $100 of Bitcoin and sell when it reaches that price. You press launch and the rule goes live into the market. It's that simple. We connect and run on different cryptocurrency exchanges, and we'll also soon be adding non-cryptocurrency asset classes. So today, the product has been live in the market for a few months. We have reached over 10,000 users, and we've been growing 35% month over month. Our users are very active. They are creating over 13,000 strategies per month, and we are currently at an annual revenue run rate of around $40,000. One metric we are specifically proud of is that our users are actually able to get the benefits from using Coinrule. When the markets recently crashed, 67% of our trading strategies were in profit. Some users trade with aggressive strategies, some with defensive. Our users were protected by our defensive strategies. And we have recently published a study about this. We have happy users in over 130 countries, primarily in the US and UK, but also Western Europe and emerging markets such as Brazil, Indonesia, and China. So today, Coinrule is a smart assistant that allows automated trading strategies, but also gives users a learning experience and makes it fun for them to trade and to build strategies. We give users the possibility to be in control of their active investing. They might want to have most of their funds in some passive investment vehicle, which is fine. But if you want to trade even 10, 20% of your assets more actively, which more and more people around the world are doing, then Coinrule is the right thing for you. Someone even called us Sapir for finance. We're a team of, we are 3 founders. Gabriele, our CEO, comes from a product UI, UX design background. He built the UBS Neo trading platform. He was at the MIT and he also worked at Lloyd's Banking Group. My background is in banking from Citigroup, and I was at the University of Oxford previously. And Zdenek, our CTO, is a very experienced full-stack developer with a cybersecurity background. Our full team is 6 people full-time and 1 freelancer. We are based in London and in Czech Republic. Our advisors are our previous investors from last year when we raised 250,000 USD from MKB Bank, and also 2 angel investors. Robin Bate, one of our advisors, is a successful entrepreneur with multiple exits. We have multiple affiliations. Most prominently, our CEO went previously through the FCA Sandbox. That's the UK bank regulator. And we will be applying for a regulatory license later this year to be able to offer more products. Our pricing model is straightforward. We charge a monthly subscription. There are no transaction fees and no hidden costs. It's basically like Netflix, but it makes you money. Our roadmap is very exciting because we are trying to give our users and investors the opportunity to make the most out of the market. We will let them follow other user strategies. We'll let them test their strategies on historical data, and we'll make it all fun. And on top of that, our users will be able to trade assets across the board from stocks, cryptocurrencies, FX, to also decentralized finance opportunities. Today, we are raising a seed round of 400,000 GBP, that's around 500,000 euro. Around 35% of that round is already committed. And we are looking forward to connect with all of you and discuss if you're interested to join our round. Thank you very much for your attention. And please, I'm looking forward to all your questions.
Thank you, Oleg. So you've heard from the founder of Coinrule. Questions?
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about the competitive landscape?
Yes, sure. So there are about 3-4 main competitors for us. Primarily there's one based in Russia and one in the US. So Madrex, 3Commas, and CryptoHopper. Their main distinction here is that they focus on really the professional advanced users. But for those types of users, there's already, in our opinion, plenty of tools out there. Our focus is to make it very easy for the regular investor, the regular trader, to be able to compete, which is the main distinguishing point for us.
What do you plan on accomplishing with this raise, and why this amount? So
we are raising to focus currently on growth and also to employ additional developers, because we have an entire pipeline of requests from our users. So it's entirely focused on building based on the user feedback and the customer requests we have already received. This amount we are raising because we evaluated based on how much revenue we have, how much revenue we are expecting to be at by the end of the year, that we will soon not necessarily be even dependent on additional investor funds, and we will be planning to raise a bigger Series A in the middle of next year.
What is your target?
Oh, sorry, Michael, you muted yourself.
Michael, you muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we hear you very
Target
well.
market. Hi.
Hi. So our target market are millennial investors, so really people between the age of 28 and 40, young professionals who have a bit of savings and they're looking to invest them more actively.
And in which country?
So the majority of our users right now are in the United States and in the UK, but we're also getting a lot of users from Western Europe. As I was mentioning briefly, we have some really good connections also in Asia, where a lot of the crypto retail market is based. So for example, we are developing a partnership with the leading exchange in Indonesia, but we are also in touch with some of the Chinese exchanges. So we've been developing also in those markets.
How many paying subscribers do you have now?
So we currently have 88 users who are paying.
Do you think that, at least in the traditional world, the sweet spot of the investors or traders is more 45 plus? Once you've had a job and you have a bit of money to play with or to invest and so on. So what is assuming that this is similar also in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency world, what is an exit scenario for you?
That's actually an excellent question, specifically around the age group, because just before lockdown, we were sitting with one of the leading UK brokerages, talking to them about the partnership so we can trade non-crypto assets as well. And they were very interested, so it's a discussion we are having. And they explicitly told us that their user age profile is in that 45 plus age group, whereas our users are about 10 years younger on average. So for them, that was actually quite interesting because they're interested to explore new markets. In a way, the market, like I kind of touched on that slightly, our users like this gamified experience. It's something like it needs to be fun, it needs to be flashy, it's a bit different. I think that's partially because our users are really like these millennials, as I said, who are used more to computer games. So that's something like really important to keep in mind. So that's why I would say what we are seeing is that actually this is exactly the age group we want to be targeting at this point, because we think that these users are really more kind of crypto friendly, and this is where the market sits. Sorry, did that answer your question, or was there any other aspect?
The exit scenario.
Oh, the exit, exactly. Sorry, I knew that. So in terms of exit scenario, we actually already spoke to one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges. So they were interested. We asked them initially about investing. They said, look, we don't invest, we buy companies. If you grow fast enough, we will buy you. That's literally what their head of M&A told us. So one obvious exit possibility would be to sell to one of the existing players in that space, potentially also to one of the traditional brokerages, just simply because there is a certain fit. Now, of course, as founders, we don't want to say this is exactly what we are planning to do, simply because, you know, we want to be in this for the long term, and, you know, you have to see a bit how these things come.
I can't resist one question. Would you accept exit proceeds in crypto?
Yes, I would. It depends on the crypto, but yes, I personally would.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for the questions.
Any cooperation you have in the pipeline with some third parties to promote your platform?
Yeah, so actually we've partnered up with a number of crypto exchanges. We're about to launch a partnership with Kraken Futures, which is part of Kraken, one of the leading cryptocurrency exchanges. So they're putting PR and also a budget behind this. We have partnerships with Liquid, Bitpanda, which is one of the leading exchanges in Central and Eastern Europe. We have a partnership also, we have a broker, we are part of the broker partner program at Binance. So we actually get a kickback for trading fees from them as well. And the other one is Indodax, which is the Indonesian exchange I mentioned, which is the leading exchange there. So that's part actually of our marketing strategy, really, to partner up with them more closely.
Great. Shlomo, I'm going to have to cut you off for the sake of time and respect to also the attendees. Oleg, terrific job. Thank you very, very much. And we are moving to the next company.